I don't know, passport bros, y'all looking bad out here. So I just watched the Vice video about passport bros. A lot of times I do advocate for the idea that a man should not limit himself to, the women in his city. The sentiment of passport bros is that they leave America to go to these other countries and seek a higher quality woman, a more traditional woman.
I like the fact that what the women are like if you've never been.
Because the women here out west in America, they're in a fallen state, overweight, bad attitudes, argumentative, adversarial. They seem more difficult to deal with. They're less pleasant, right? This is the sentiment about the women out here in the West that a lot of people on the internet are talking about.
I've been watching videos, so like I know they're not very responsible.
Just from watching videos.
They're not treat a man.
Now they're going over to these other places like Colombia and Brazil. When I see the different videos and the interactions between these passport bros and the women in these different places, very much the nature of women still appears to be the same to me. Because one thing I did notice about the passport bros is that they're going over there and they're just sleeping around.
What is your plan?
Let's say the women in these places were more traditional. Let's say they were more wholesome. That's over with now. I see Americans corrupting the women of Brazil, corrupting the women of Colombia. They basically come over here throwing money, denigrating women, and offering them certain perks and benefits for sex. I feel like the same thing we complain about here in the United States about the behavior of our women is something of our own creation. I think we made it this way, and now we're complaining about it. And so these men are just going through the women, and these men are leaving their impression on these women.
It sounds like you just want to have fun
And then I don't know which group I'm in, but that's okay. But, I am not innocent. But the idea is perhaps she got a bad attitude now. Perhaps she's a little emotionally sensitive to certain behavior from the dude that she's dating based on the last guy. Perhaps she doesn't trust men to actually stick around and commit to her because the last guy just disappeared out of nowhere or had multiple women and it wasn't disclosed. Maybe he was a cheater, whatever. I just feel like, from what I can see, it's becoming the U.S. They're like becoming the same. Maybe all the complaining that a lot of men are having about even the women in the States, it's not them. Maybe it's us. Maybe us as leaders have failed them. Maybe it's true what they say. The men are weak, which is why our women are out of control. And these same weak men, because, they went to college, maybe they chose a career path where they can actually earn a decent living. They're taking their money, they're hopping on the flight, and they're going to these places where their money gets them a lot farther. And they're spreading that weakness over there too. I don't know. What do you think? Think I'm off? You think of something to it? Do you think the condition of women in these different countries or in our own country here in the States are a result of how we deal with women, how we treat women, how we see women? And is the disease spreading? Because, listen, if you have problems with women in the United States, you're going to have problems with women in Brazil. You're going to have problems with women everywhere. It's not always the women. I won't say that I haven't had experiences that men have complained about. But for the most part, a lot of the issues that I've had in relationships is I either chose poorly or I fucked up. It was absolutely my fault. I dealt with the situation a certain type of way where it was on me. But for the most part, I've had great experiences with my ladies. Shout out to the ladies in the United States. Prince Amir still love you. I'm not saying that I'm not going to take a trip or two across the oceans. You know what I'm talking about? I got to see the world, baby. I got to see the world. But I love my ladies. My ladies are awesome here in the United States. There's some things we need to work on. Prince Amir will work with you. Okay? We can work on those things together. But that's all I got to say. I don't know. Passport bros, y'all looking bad out here. Y'all looking bad. It's just a bunch of dudes going out here paying for box. Y'all just some tricks. Just an easy mark. That's what it looks like to me. If you ever been in a strip club, your first time going there, you'll be falling in love because you'll really be thinking these girls like you. Nah, bro, she at work. She at work. She don't really like you like that, but you think she do. You think she actually care about you. She don't. She at work. It's a shift, my guy. And you go out of town and they know you're not from there. They know you probably got money. They know you want to go out to eat and throw money around and live a fancy life. They know you probably want to be intimate and romantic with them, and it'll probably be a really good experience for them because you're a gringo. You're from the States. You got money. They can see it. And so they treat you and they interact with you just like a woman in the strip club. You just a mark. I don't know. Am I off? Am I wrong? Passport bros, y'all looking bad. Stay home, man. Come on back to the States. Stop spreading whatever it is that you got. Stop spreading that trash culture to these other places. Because when I go there, I want to go there as a vacation. I want to experience something different. I don't want to come here and see the same type of, I don't want to see the same type of niggas. I don't want to see the same type of hoes. Keeping it above. Keeping it 100. But that's all I got to say. Prince Amir, I'm out. Peace.